We are so excited to be joined today by author Chuck Wilson. He is the author of Merle's Sweatshirt. So, Chuck, tell us about this book.
Okay, so the book, I actually have one here. Let me pull one out. The book is actually it looks like it's a kid's book, but it's really written for adults even more. The adults are appreciating it even more than the kids, and it's really about losing someone that you love and working through the sadness of that, grieving, and reaching a different place where the memories are more happy than sad. So that's really kind of the end result of the book.
Love that. That's amazing. So, what would you say was your main inspiration for actually writing this book?
So I actually had a dream like 25 years ago, and I dreamed this book, the story, the basic story, even the name Merle. I was like, well, change the name. I'm like, I can't. That was the dream. So I got up and I wrote down the gist of it, and then the next morning I kind of fleshed it out, filled it out. So that's where I got the inspiration for it. Just kind of all was in this dream, and then recently my kids were saying we should write a book. Our family should write a book. So I said, well, I have a book idea, and I brought it out, and they're like, oh, we love that. Let's do this one. So that's kind of how it got going. And I have several. One of my daughter-in-laws volunteered to illustrate it. We had to twist her arm, but she did a great job because she was pregnant and the baby was on the way, so she had to get it done in time. So that's how it kind of came about.
I love it. And I love the name Merle for a mouse. So that's
Yeah,
is it Merle? It's
yeah,
Merle the mouse, right? That's an adorable name
right.
for a
In
mouse.
the dream, yeah, in the dream they were people, but I just felt like that to make soften the story for kids and everybody. A mouse is a softer, you know,
Yeah, yeah, deliver the
so,
message in more soft
yes,
fashion. Yeah,
yes.
that's an incredible inspiration behind that. So, is there anything else that you would like to share with us about this book, about the message, about you as an author? Is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience?
I actually have 13 kids, and my wife and I have 13 kids. But the way this story ended up connecting to me, I dreamed about this little boy who lost his brother, and how the sweatshirt helped him remember, and how we all need something to help us remember. But what happened, sorry,
No,
we lost
that's
our oldest
okay.
son. We lost our
Okay.
oldest son, and that was a connection. 25 years later, our oldest son passed away, and his wife passed away. It was, you know, drug overdoses, and it's a terrible time. But they had a little baby just before, and the baby, her name was Laurel. We brought her home from the hospital. We received the baby because my son wanted us to have the baby, and they were such a mess. And so she is with us now. And after my son passed away and his wife passed away, we still have her as our 13th, our lucky 13th. And just as people have in the story, it's a sweatshirt, but I also said someone or something that could help us to remember. And uh, she became, I don't know if you could see this. There's the front top part is my son holding the baby, and she died when he was 8 months old. And then at the bottom is me holding Laurel now, and she's been my sweatshirt for the last 7 years.
Yeah. So she's been the
And
the
she's
blessing and the way to
a
remember.
blessing,
Yeah. No,
unbelievable.
well, I think it's incredible that you took a tragedy and you wrote a book that I mean can help people, right? Because that's a hard thing to go through. And so I think your book is powerful and amazing, and I think it's so smart the way that you softened it by, putting it into something even children can understand, but adults can understand as well. And so, thank you for sharing all of that with us. That's powerful, and so thank you for sharing that with us. And we would love to check back in with you and see, how your book's going and how things are going, and if you have another book that might come out or things like that, we would love to check back in with you. And thank you for talking to us today.
Yeah, so many people have read the book already, and a lot of people have lost someone, even many people lost kids, sadly. And the common theme is they cried a lot, and they were healing tears. Healing tears.
Yes.
Even after many years later losing a child, they still cry about it when they read this book. And as we talk about it, it's a healing tears that still need to come out. So yeah.
Yes. Yes. And it's
Laurel and I are writing many more books. She has all kinds of ideas. She's 7 now, and she's always writing. We're coming up with ideas when we're out, and she's got all kinds of ideas. So maybe someday we'll write some of her ideas as books. So
that
she's
would be
hilarious.
incredible. I bet she's funny. Yeah. So that, what a great
Very.
blessing. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's your sweatshirt. Yeah, so I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
So, well,
Yes.
thank you for sharing this. I know that's a very personal story, but thank you for sharing that with us, and just, something that, can help other people as well, through your book. And so thank you for
Yes.
talking to us today, and we hope to check back in with you soon if you would talk to us again. So we would love
Definitely.
that. So thank
Definitely.
you for talking to us today. We'll talk
Sure.
to you again soon.
Okay, thank you.